You know, 3 years ago, people were actually running away from buying condos here in Florida, and I get it. It's a big mess here, but buyers are quietly coming back, believe it or not. And honestly, I'd say a lot of people haven't even noticed it yet, because while everyone is still arguing about, the HOA fees for condos, the insurance reserve studies, and whether or not condos are too risky, the actual data in Florida is starting to tell a very different story. We're going to chat about it today. And if you live in places like Bradenton and Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, Parrish, or really anywhere across Manatee or Sarasota County, the condo conversation matters a lot, because condos and townhomes are suddenly becoming one of the only remaining affordability plays left on Florida's Gulf Coast. And today, I'm going to show you why condo sales are suddenly rising again. We're going to talk about what's actually happening in the Manatee and Sarasota County markets for condos and which buyers are returning to the market. We're also going to talk about why some condos are still struggling really badly. And we're going to talk about the hidden opportunities that a lot of buyers and sellers are not paying attention to. And be sure to watch until the end, because there's one major shift happening right now in the condo market that could really completely change how buyers should approach Florida condo real estate market in 2026. Thanks for tuning in today. Catherine Newman here. And this is a channel where we talk about real estate and lifestyle and what's really happening here on the Gulf Coast of Florida. And honestly, hey, this condo market that we've had has been one of the wildest roller coasters that I've seen in years. And again, after that Surfside condominium collapse tragedy, Florida did finally pass some major new condo safety and reserve requirements, and understandably so. But the side effect of that, that means that a lot of condo associations suddenly, they had to fully fund reserves, which they should have been doing in the first place. They had to complete what they called milestone inspections. They had to handle deferred maintenance and dramatically increase their monthly fees. So you know what happened? Well, buyers panicked. Why wouldn't they? And some sellers could not sell if they gave those things away. Lenders tightened their financing. Insurance companies became more difficult to deal with. And suddenly, people who thought they were buying a cheap Florida condo realized that the monthly carrying costs were no joke anymore. Especially here in Manatee and Sarasota counties, where we have a lot of older waterfront condos, we have barrier island condo communities, we have maintenance heavy buildings, and of course we have a huge retiree population on fixed incomes. So for a while, the condo market basically hit the brakes. But now I just read this report that the numbers are starting to shift again. So I want to make sure we go over this, because it's important. If that's you and you've thought about a condo, maybe you're a first-time home buyer and you think, I just can't afford a single family home right now. Maybe a condo is a good idea, but we got to be very strategic about which condo community we choose. Let's get in there and talk about it. So I just saw some recent data that was released by the Florida Realtors, and the Florida Realtor chief economist, I think his name is Brad O'Connor. And he said that the Florida condo and townhouse sales rose 7% year over year back in April. But here's the bigger headline. Pending condo sales jumped nearly 15%. Now that's huge, because pending sales are what go under contract, obviously, before they close. Now everybody knows that, but this isn't just old inventory that's finally clearing out. What this suggests is that buyers are actively returning to the condo market. And honestly, it really does make sense, because as you know, affordability is becoming the deciding factor again for many Florida buyers. So let's talk about how this affects our local market, because this is where things get kind of interesting. In many parts of Lakewood Ranch, here in Parrish, and of course, eastern Sarasota County and Bradenton, where we have a lot of condos and townhomes. Yet in those markets, single family home prices have remained stubbornly high, even though we have a lot of inventory that's increasing. So a lot of buyers who originally thought they needed and wanted a detached home, maybe a pool, they were looking for a 3-car garage, and they didn't want a lot of HOA drama, well, they are suddenly realizing that their monthly payment is going to say otherwise for those single family homes. And that's what's pushing some buyers back towards looking at condos and townhomes and villas and, of course, maintenance-free communities as options over single family, especially for retirees and snowbirds, first-time Florida buyers, downsizers, and, of course, cash buyers that are trying to avoid massive insurance premiums on those larger single family homes. Because as you know, here's the reality nobody likes talking about. In parts of Sarasota and Manatee counties, it can now cost less monthly to own a condo, even if it has a higher HOA fee than it does a single family home when you factor in high insurance costs, the lawn maintenance, is the roof old, is there flood insurance that's needed, what are the utility costs that are now going higher and higher, and that's the shift that's happening right now. All right, now you know I like to give examples. Let's talk about people downsizing. And I want to use a realistic Gulf Coast example because we have so many downsizers here. Let's say that there's a couple and they've lived in Lakewood Ranch for a really long time, or maybe there's a couple that's coming from Jersey or New York or Pennsylvania, and what they really wanted was to downsize, and they were looking for a smaller, maybe resale single family home, maybe around 2,000 square feet, looking in either Sarasota or Manatee. But then they start running the numbers on that single family downsized house, and they start to see insurance premiums on resale homes anywhere from $4,000 higher. They're seeing older roofs, which is causing a lot of insurance headaches. They see increasing maintenance costs, landscaping, pool upkeep, and of course, hurricane deductibles. Then they compare that to a well-managed condo, maybe a newer townhome, or maybe one of those paired villas, and they're all maintenance-free. And suddenly that condo fee doesn't look nearly as crazy anymore, especially if the exterior insurance is partially covered by the association. There's included amenities, there's major maintenance, all shared across the association. And that's exactly why some condo demand is quietly coming back to the market, because it makes more sense for people that are downsizing, don't want the headache of maintenance. They don't want the headache of finding people to come and do their lawn. They like that there's maintenance-free communities now. So the fees don't sound as crazy to them if they can just live that lifestyle of the downsizer that they're looking for. But here is the part that I don't think is being explained well enough, and that is that not all condos in our areas are benefiting equally. And this is really important. There is now, I'd call it a massive divide, right? Forming between financially healthy condo associations and poorly managed associations with deferred maintenance. Lots of problems with those condos, and that is a huge difference. So some condo communities in Sarasota and Manatee counties are actually becoming more attractive because their reserves are funded, inspections are complete, budgets are transparent, roofs are newer, insurance claims are lower, and buyers feel more secure. Meanwhile, other communities are struggling badly because buyers are terrified of future assessments. And honestly, some buyers should be very terrified and very cautious, especially when you consider older coastal building associations with weak reserve communities that are delaying repairs on condos, or of course if there's pending litigation. And this is where working with an agent who actually understands condo financials matters way more than people realize. So when I put a condo, as a matter of fact, I've got a few on the market right now. When I put a condo on the market, I make sure before it even hits the MLS that I have every condo document that I can personally find. Now, if there are more that I don't know about, then of course we have to find those during the contract process. But before that thing even hits the MLS, I am uploading into the MLS all of the reserve information, all of the documentation I can find on that condo, anything I can get my hands on from the HOA, from the condo association, so that any agent that's bringing a buyer to look at that unit can access that paperwork. And that is very important. So if you are selling a condo, you need to make sure your agent is giving everything they can to a prospective buyer so that you can help decrease any concerns that they might have. And of course, you might be wondering then, why are condos still taking longer to sell? And they are. And I want to be clear about that. What we're experiencing now is not some runaway condo boom. We're not seeing a boom. Condos are still taking longer to sell than single family homes statewide. And the Florida Realtors data shows that the median time for contract to go under contract for condos and townhomes is reaching about 60 to 65 days. Now, that is longer than all of the pre-pandemic norms. And locally, now that was kind of statewide, locally, I am seeing the same thing right here in Sarasota and Manatee County, 60 to 65 days to go under contract when it's priced appropriately to begin with. Now, why is that happening? Well, because condo buyers today are much more, rightly so, cautious. They are asking, how healthy are the reserves? Are there any special assessments? Have the milestone inspections been completed? Is financing available? How old is the roof? And what is included in the HOA? Is the insurance on the units stable? Are there any rental restrictions? Are there pending litigations? Are we in a flood zone? Are there structural reports? And honestly, condo buyers today almost investigate the association harder than they do the unit itself. And they should. So I don't want you to be aware that there is a hidden opportunity for buyers that a lot of them are missing. And here's where I think the opportunity is quietly forming. So a lot of buyers still think that all of Florida condos, that they're all a big fat disaster. And some of them are. But the market is starting to separate the good communities from the really bad communities, and some very solid condo and townhome communities in Manatee and of course Sarasota counties are now sitting with more negotiability. We have motivated sellers, we have rising inventory, price reductions, and less competition than the single family market. And that creates opportunity, especially for, I'd say, cash buyers, retirees, investors, seasonal residents, downsizers who are prioritizing lifestyle over how big the lot is. And that is because, if you want to be honest about it, a lot of people moving to Florida don't actually want, to mow the grass in the July heat. And of course, while they're paying giant insurance premiums on a single family, what they really want, a lot of them, is maintenance-free living. They want amenities. They want to lock it and leave it. They love that convenience. They want social communities, fitness centers, pools, maybe golf, marinas. They love the walkability or maybe some waterfront access. And condos often provide that lifestyle at a much lower entry price point. So personally, what I think is going to happen next is that the condo market is really entering a normalization phase. It is not a crash. There's not a frenzy, a boom. It's just really normalization. The panic phase, I would say, after that Surfside tragedy really disrupted the market dramatically. But now buyers are adapting. The condo associations are adapting. Lenders are adapting. And now buyers are becoming more educated about what is a reserve study. Let me see those condo docs. Let me see the insurance. What's a milestone inspection? What is the long-term ownership cost? And of course, that creates a healthier market over time, especially here on the Gulf Coast of Florida, where condo living is deeply, deeply, deeply tied to retirement lifestyle. It's tied to seasonal ownership and waterfront living and of course, affordability. People that say, I don't want to buy a whole big old house there in Florida, but I really would like to be seasonal and come back and forth. They're finding condos fit that. So they can just get a flight, or maybe if they're not far away, they can drive down, enjoy the Florida warm water, get out on the boat, maybe go fishing, enjoy time by the heated pools. Most of them have heated pools, and they love that lock and leave lifestyle. So that is why we are starting to see more buyer demand, because it just makes sense for a lot of people. So if you are a buyer, I'm just helping you out here. Don't automatically write off condos in Manatee or Sarasota counties. Now, I agree, there are some that you really need to be careful and cautious about, but others may actually represent one of the better values that is still left to find in Florida real estate right now. And if you are a seller, understanding how buyers now evaluate condos is really critical if you want to sell your unit. Because today's condo buyer, they're not buying emotionally like they did back in 2021. What they are doing is buying analytically. They want transparency, financial stability, predictability, and manageable long-term costs. And the communities that can provide all of that information to them, those are the ones that we're starting to see sell very well right now. And if you're thinking about buying or even selling anywhere in Manatee County, or of course Sarasota County, or my hometown parish, which is Manatee County, Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Sarasota, we have so many great areas for you to check out. I really hope that you will reach out anytime. And if you have found this video helpful, do me a favor and make sure to like it, subscribe to this YouTube channel, family, and I would love for you to comment below condo in the comments, condo, and that'll help me know if you would like me to make more videos breaking down the real numbers of buying a condo and any hidden trends that are happening right now in Florida real estate. There's so many great condos for people to choose. Some of them, again, I said stay away from. We can talk about that if you make an appointment for us to talk on the phone or FaceTime or whatever, but I really hope that you will not overlook them, because there are some really great deals and a lot of motivated condo sellers. I can tell you that right now. It's a great time to scoop these things up. Even if you want to invest in it, maybe you just want an investment condo so that, you can rent it out or whatever. Anyway, there's so many opportunities here. If you found this helpful, I do hope that you'll subscribe. I'm Catherine Newman. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk later. See you then.